Ted Lasso Season 2, Episode 9. This is a big departure from a lot of the stuff we've seen this season because it's like a standalone episode. It's just like, we did all the fun stuff you guys love. We had our big dramatic moments. Let's dive into the sanity that is Coach Beard. So last episode we saw he wanted to shake off this loss. And he's like, I'm just going to go home on my own time. I'm just going to walk around for a bit, figure out what's going on with me. He takes the subway and he tries to go home. When he gets home, he sees on the news that, they're talking about Coach Beard. And he's like, well, he's supposed to be, an equal to Ted. Why isn't he telling him, what the right play is, what the wrong play is? He's just a guy who's making the wrong choices. And he decides he's going to go to May's pub. But he just heads down there. And again, he's getting the berating. Why did you let those plays happen? You made the wrong call more than once, dude. Why are you letting these things happen? And he's trying to talk to Jane. She doesn't want to talk to him. And it kind of is their relationship's complicated. Higgins tried to talk to him it's not healthy for you to go through this stuff, but he still loves her. And I think that's the crucial thing to Beard in this episode, is that he loves her. Regardless if she's good for him or not, he cares about this woman and he wants to do the right thing by her. So the lovely patrons of May's pub show up. And, these guys, I don't remember their names, but, the three patrons I'm talking about, they kind of gave him a hard time. But he's like, you know what, guys? I've had a long day. I want to shake it off. I will answer any of your questions about other bullshit, but the game, let's just have fun for a bit. So they kind of drink. They're talking about, the exponentialness that is the universe. And May's like, if you guys are going out to this really fancy pub somewhere just to, do whatever you want in the night, I got a bag of old clothes that have been lost and found. Put them on and head out. So we see the gang, they put on these really old clothes. They're wearing these bright colored suits and they got some scarves on. They're trying to head down to this new club, this fancy club. It's the Bone and Honey, where they're trying to get inside there. Coach does this weird, just scheme thing where he's talking to the hostess, and he calls, they fake call her that her apartment's on fire, so they sneak in, they get inside there, they instantly get hassled by these Oxford guys, these smart guys. Trying to say, you guys don't belong here, look what you're wearing, you're so silly and out of place. Beard instantly puts on the fake Irish accent and tries to talk to them, just hey lad, these are my students, we're here to do this fun stuff, just party and have a good time. But the entire time they're in the Bone and Honey, this mysterious woman in this red dress is just eyeing up Coach, and she's like, and he's just trying to figure out what he is looking at her for, why she's so alluring to him. So she kind of leaves the room. He leaves our lads to go hang out and party with these guys while they're playing billiards. He follows her down the hallway, and he's instantly in this different room. Obviously, this is the bone part of the Bone and Honey. The honey you're drinking, the bone in your... Yep. He goes to this room, these weird TVs with these colors on, everything. This is what I'm just this is a huge departure. First off, this story plays out a weird noir thing. There's the dark piano sounds, and the score is so soft-spoken and distinctive from other stuff we've seen. But the colors in this episode are a huge departure from the sharp, natural lighting of Ted Lasso. We're this darkened room with these violet and blue lights just blasting all over Beard as he's staring at these television screens, a lava lamp looking situation. But they start replaying the memories that he has of the game. And he rips his pants on this table, and he instantly gets kicked out of the bar because of what he did. And this woman in the red dress is just standing there in the nighttime, and she's like, I can fix your pants for you. And leads him to her place, and you're like, what is happening right now? What is going on? He's trying to get with Jane, right? He's trying to talk to Jane, but he's not going to this weird woman's apartment. And she's got this thing where she keeps the trousers of all the men she knows. They just each tell a story. So while she is fixing his pants, he puts on these old bell-bottom pants, these stars and glitter and everything on them. But we see that this woman in the red dress, she's also engaged to this really burly big guy. And when he answers the phone, Beard answers the phone while this guy's on it, he's like, who's this guy that's in my place? He breaks in, and this goes from this alluring noir feeling, following this woman in the seductive talking and the temptress stuff, to, oh shit, we're running away from this burly man who's trying to kill me. It's insane. It's literally insane. This is Ted Lasso. We're watching Beard climb on a rooftop. He jumps from the roof, lands in a garbage bin, and runs away. And he hobbles down this weird corridor in the darkness somewhere, where he runs into these men. He doesn't have his wallet or his phone. He's literally broken and beaten. He can't find anybody to help him. Who does he run into in this dark alley? Mr. Tart and his friends. So what? What? We're like, okay, something bad is literally about to happen here. What is going on? This is Ted Lasso. What is going on? Coach Beard gets beaten up by Jamie's dad and his friends. Literally beaten up, like hit with like pipes and everything, just attacked brutally, and left to like pretty much just like bleed out on the streets until the big burly man who was chasing him on the rooftops comes down and sends Jamie's dad away. And his friends, and he helps them up, and they kind of like, sorry man, I lost my temper there. I gotta respect my wife and like what she does and everything. We're expecting a baby. I overreacted. You left your phone and wallet at our place. I want to return these to you. What is happening? You're just like, what's going on? We just watch Coach jump from a roof, land in a garbage bin, and they get beaten up in the streets. And now he's just like, what's going on? Just walking casually along. Suddenly our lads from the pub show up. They're in a limousine. They're like, dude, come with us, man. We'll go wherever you want to go. And he gets inside the limousine. He's broken up, and he's just like, I'm just going to go home. I literally don't know what's going on with me right now. This day has been insane. I'm just going to go home. He gets in the home, and something that we've been seeing throughout like the episodes and everything is that he has been forgetting his key. So it drops out of his place at Maze, like the brilliant man gives it to him when he leaves it at the apartment and all this stuff. He's been dropping his keys constantly throughout the episode, and when he gets home to finally unlock his door, the key breaks. So he can't get in, and it starts raining. We also get a really nice scene where he talks to like the guys from the pub. He's like, here's an address, go here, ask for this person, tell him Beard sent you, you'll have fun. So we see the conclusion of that story is he sends the guys from the pub. They go down this weird corridor in this dark alley. It's like, again, beautiful lighting with like the darkness surrounded by like the light at the end of the tunnel. He's like, where are we? Are we dead? Is this heaven? He's like, no, you're on Nelson Road. And they go inside and they're on the pitch of the soccer field. And it is really nice. Like these guys just having some fun on a soccer field. There's a ball conspicuously there for them to play with, so they're kicking it about. They're having a good time. We love these guys. They've been there since episode 1. They've been only at the pub for most of it, but now here they are, just having fun. And it kind of parallels that story where in the last episode we saw that Jamie and his two friends Jamie's dad and his two friends, I should say, wanted to like get on the pitch and actually like see the field from there. They didn't get on, but now these 3 lads got onto the pitch thanks to Beard. It's cool. And it's really nice, a nice heartwarming moment in that scene with those characters just having a good time. So Beard can't get in his house. He sees he's got a bunch of missed calls from Jane. He wanders into a church just hoping like something good will happen to him. And again, you're like, this is Ted Lasso. What is going on right now? I don't understand it. So he goes to this church. He starts praying to God. He's like, God, are you there? It's me, Margaret's son. And the rain stops because he's like, there's this girl. I love her. I want to make it work with her, but I think I keep screwing it up. And the rain stops, and he hears like the thumping of some club or something nearby. So he goes down the stairs in this church, and in the basement is this really extensive nightclub. And it's perfect. It starts playing that song Hello. I can't remember the artist, but he gets down there. Instantly, he's like, I got to unwind. So the beat just drops on the song, and the verses start, and you're just like, let's go. Beard just lets loose in this incredible great dance scene, and I'm like, this is so different than every other episode of the show because it's scary, and it really is. We're just seeing like Coach really hates himself. This whole episode is like, every mistake I've made leads me to think, do I even like myself in what I'm doing here? But Jane makes it better, and he finds Jane at this club, and they get together a bit, and she puts a hula hoop on him. He gets up on the stage and hula hoops around for a bit, which doesn't look easy. And I understand why there's like a lot of cuts so we don't see him like fully doing it, because it's hard to hula hoop regardless if you're not a professional hula hooper. But he's just having fun, and he just accepts that this is the woman he loves. And she accepts him. And I think for the first time, we've had their issues with them before where it's like they're back and forth, complicated stuff. I think they're committing to each other now, and it's a beautiful thing to see. And the entire episode just culminates in like this amazing ending where it's like his day to get the coffee for all the coaches. He shows up late. He gets in there. Roy, Nate, and Ted are just watching him show up. He's wearing those ridiculous pants. He just sits down in his chair, gives them all the coffee. He's got the broken eye and everything looks bad of him. And he's just sitting there. And they're watching the last match with the sped up and with Benny Hill. And I'm like, this is just insanity. I'm amazed this worked. I'm amazed the audience allowed us to do this episode. Because the Ted Lasso audience, love them or hate them, they've been very vocal on the things that the show should be. And the fact we could actually take a minute to show you this intensive story about the coach who feels like he let his team down and himself down, and this woman he loves he can no longer be with because of his actions, and how it leads him to hate himself. And then he goes on this weird escapade with these guys he knows from the pub, and he starts getting like this weird flirtatious thing, getting chased down and beaten up on the streets by all these insane people in his life. And then suddenly it culminates in this story of like, this woman I love has finally accepted me, and I can see her side of the world too, and I can just let go and hula hoop. This is Ted Lasso. Like, what? I wasn't expecting that. It's just a really powerful and intense stuff that you don't think that's Ted Lasso, but it works for that world and that characterization of Beard. It's insanely well done. The cinematography is top notch on this episode. It's the best the series has ever done. The lighting, the coloring, everything is perfect when it comes to this episode. It just looks spectacular. And it leads me to think, going down the line, if we do more seasons of this show, what else can we see in these beautiful mini stories? This was incredibly well done, an incredibly fun episode, and Brendan Hunt finally got a chance to shine. We've been slowly building up to Beard doing something because he's been kind of on the sidelines most of the season, but here he is, letting loose, having fun, jumping off buildings, getting beaten up, and dancing and hula hooping. It's insanely fun stuff, and just culminates in a beautiful episode that I think is going to be on a lot of people's favorites of the year. It's just fantastic stuff. I loved every second of it, and Coach Beard continues to be a fantastic character. So that is my review of this latest episode of Ted Lasso. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.